the 6th grade, and this is my first week of the Codologie Camp, and I've had lots of fun. Using basic Python, I made a very violent game called Rock, Paper, Scissors. Well, I like to call it Rock, Paper, Scissors Master, or RPS Master. I used if and elif statements to determine the players and the AI, artificial intelligence, apart and determine which one's the winner using a simple algorithm. The algorithm would be, well, it changes player 1, which is probably the human playing, changes that into a number, 1, 2, or 3, and it changes the AI's number or option to 1, 2, or 3, and then it subtracts them, adds 3, and then gets the modulus by 3, which is basically the remainder of the total number divided by 3. So after you played a few times, you would want to see your score against the computer, if you beat it or if you're losing. So what I did was I added a 4th button to the program, or to the breadboard, and if you click on it, it'll say the score of how many ties you've had with the computer, how many times you've won, and how many times the computer's won. The most important things in my program would be the gameplay logic, which is like the part where it determines which one's player 1, or the human, and which one's the AI, and then it figures out which one wins and which one loses, and prints that on the screen. The second most important thing in my project is while true. Well, that's like a loop that'll cycle through the program over and over until you stop it. So I added that because mostly people wouldn't like to do it once, exit the program, and then open it back up, and then do it. So I guess I'll demonstrate it. So you would have to push the buttons here. So it's either rock, paper, scissors, and this one's the score. So if I click rock, oh no, this is score. So this is rock. You chose rock. The AI says I picked rock, and then it determines if it's a tie, I win, or you win. If you do it again, you win, I win, it's a tie. So now if I check the score, it'll be 2 ties, I won once, and the computer won once. So that's basically how my program works. Any questions?
With your algorithm, can you actually predict how many times you win and how many times the computer wins, or is it completely random?
No, it can't predict because it's a human. It can't predict what the human's going to say.
What was the hardest part of your program?
The hardest part, well, I said it was an easy algorithm, but it was hard to figure out. It's in gameplay logic. Player 1 minus player 2 score plus 3 and modulus 3. It would figure out the remainder, but I didn't know how to do that, so I had to spend some time with the teachers like figuring out that. Any other questions?
What was your favorite part?
Favorite part, I would say just testing it out and seeing how it works and how fun it is. Any others?
Yeah. How many lines of code do you think it is?
Well, it says down here. Scroll down. It should say that. Yeah, a lot. I'll go all the way down. 66 lines. Not a lot, but very hard to do.
So what's the next level? Can you add images, pictures to the
I
this
think
level?
so, but like we haven't learned that far yet. Like we just learned the basics of it, so that would be pretty hard.
You can stay here tonight and the weekend. Thank you.